know. Happy 2025. I've got the dogs for a while, and I'm crocheting. Making another shawl. Scrappy, of course, because I've got loads and loads of bits of cotton. So it will be mostly cotton, although there may be other. Hi, Diane. Hi, Esther. I've got a bad neck. That's why I've got my magnet thing on. It's not a fashion statement. Hi, Nathan. I'm making another scrappy shawl. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've got so many bits and pieces left over. I'm looking for purple now. Maybe I should just tip them on the floor and make a complete and utter mess. Maybe I should. It's the only way to see things, isn't it? Tip them all out. If you're a crafter, you understand what I mean. You cannot be neat and tidy and be a crafter. I'm sorry, but you can't. But it's not mess to us, is it? It's logistics. Excuse me, thumbs, people, thumbs. Thumbs in the air, yay, 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 yay. 2025, yay, 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 yay. It's 2025, put your thumbs in the air. Well, don't put them in the air, put them on here. Good girls and boys. Hey, Sean, happy birthday. I know it's a couple of days late, Sean, but we'll just say happy birthday anyway. And good evening to you, Linda, and so glad you're out of hospital. And I've lost my purple. Oh. Well, I found a bit of it. Obviously, Sean is 21. Again. But not as many agains as me. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I'm doing that shawl again, where you start off with a bigger starting thing. It's by Crochet Objet. It's a paid-for pattern. I've got one, and I've used it so much since I made it. It's never been off my shoulders, actually, because it fits so much better than the one I've just made, the triangular one. This is the one that I've made and worn and worn and worn and worn, because it stays on your shoulders. Basically, you do a long chain, and then you do the increasings. Not just only at the edges, you make them in the middles as well. So I can't tell you too much about the pattern because it's paid for. But it's by a lady called Crochet Objet. I think she's Israeli, I think. I made the other one, finished the other one off. The one that's in the normal granny square. Finished that one off. And I did a double border to get rid of all the scrappy ends because I couldn't be bothered sewing them in, to be quite candid. And then I've got another one that you've not seen. I started this such a long time ago when Harry Styles cardigans were fashionable. Started it, never did it. So I'm on finishing off things with 2025. Well, it was before that, actually, because I finished it in 2024. But it was, don't start the year with 1,000,000 works in progress, yeah? So, it's finished. That's the back. Woo! And this is the front. If I button it up, you'll see it better. It was unbuttoned because I had it on my mannequin. Didn't take a photograph of it yet, but it was on the mannequin. I made a bit of a boo-boo, actually, because I've got two colours at the front that go together at the front, which I didn't want, really. But it was only after I'd stitched it all together Started to put the band on and thought, oh, look what you've done. So I've got like 2 reds and 2 lilacs together, which I didn't want. And there's my sleeves. So, to be honest with you, I bought a pack when I still lived at the other house. Excuse me, I've got a frog. Now I've lost my purple. Oh, goodness, Janet, what are you doing? Where have you just put your purple wool? Cotton, I should say. Do you know I am useless, yeah? Useless woman. I just found a ball of purple and now I can't find it. Oh, it's here. No, I bought a pack of cotton from eBay. And when it arrived, it was all reclaimed cotton. It was called vintage cotton, and it was all reclaimed. It's rough as anything, and it splits, absolutely splits like mad. It has driven me up the pole and down the other side. So if you see it advertised, don't bother. It was a bargain, and by God, it wasn't, if you know what I mean. Because, oh, come on, girls and boys. 35 people, and I've only got 14 thumbs up. Come on. It's 2024. Help a girl out here. She doesn't like to have to beg and cry and sob and say, please, let Etsy, no, not Etsy, let YouTube know I'm around, please, because they don't know I'm here unless you stick your thumbs in the air. I've come to the conclusion that, yeah, 2025 it is now. Yeah, it was 2024 when I started that jacket. Well, no, actually, it was 2023 when I started that jacket, or even 22, because it was when Harry Styles was doing these jackets, yeah. Yeah. Your hands are busy with the crochet hook, so you're going to listen. Right, okay, Seaside. I shall let you off as long as you put your thumb up. Now, I was looking at some people that I follow, and they've got fantastic channels, they're really good channels. And do they get the views? Do they get the promotions? No, they don't. And I'm like, how come the same old, boring same old people get all the views, get all the people watching them, and all the thumbs in the air and everything? And yet these brilliant people that, well, I think they're brilliant, and other people think they're brilliant, don't get the subscribers, don't get the thumbs up, so therefore they don't get promoted. And I'm like, how come these boring same old get, oh, I've got so many thousand subscribers? And I'm like, oh, really? Up yours, You're still sorting your doors. Well, when you've done, Sharon, can you come up here and sort mine out, love? Good evening, Connie. Yeah, it's the same jacket I've been doing forever, Nathan. I didn't start it when I was in Presswich, but I certainly got the horrible cotton when I was in Presswich. Oh, dear. I thought it was a bargain. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a bargain at all. Yeah. I tell you what, I've got a thing that's really riled me up, having a rant. These what I got for Christmas videos. Just because they've got a family that can buy them shed loads of stuff. And I'm like, stop it, will you? Stop it. Yeah, we need to. Because there's loads of people out there that, A, don't have anybody to buy them a present. And B, if they do, the people don't buy them a present, or they don't have any money to buy them a present. And I think it's really sort of crass that you're doing a video saying, oh, look what I've got. Look what my cousin brought me. Look what my husband bought me. And I'm like, do you mind? Keep it to yourself, please. I don't want to know that you've got potloads of money. you know, and you can afford to buy people all these presents. And I do think it's bad manners, really. What do you think? Do you think the same as me? Or do you like watching what people have got, all these mega presents that have cost multiple dollars? You know, do you like actually watching people's videos where they're showing it all off? Because I certainly don't, yeah. You know, I can just about put up with the advent calendars, you know, where people have got more money than sense, you know, that pay £100 for a toff calendar, yeah. And it's a load of, yeah, you know what's inside it, yeah. No, I just don't. Oh, hi, Sheila. Happy New Year to you as well. I just find it's kind of bragging or whatever. You know, you should keep that to yourself. If you've got one particularly nice present that you really, really like, and it's like craft related or something, you know, yeah, it does. It annoys me, Juanita. It does annoy me. You know, when they say, look at this, and they're showing jewellery off that they've got, and, you know, my husband's bought me this diamond necklace and this diamond, and I'm like, oh yeah, where will you go out? And somebody will come in the front door. Yeah, you're right, Juanita. Somebody be through your window. Somebody be taking it off your wrist while you're in Walmart. Yeah, you know, keep it to yourself, love. We're not interested. Show us what you've made. Yeah, you know, if you've got a beautiful skein of yarn, show us that. But don't show us 25 skeins that you, yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. I mean, I think it's obscene, especially when you see Christmas trees for the children and you can't see the Christmas tree for a pile of gifts. It's like a mountain. And you're thinking, have they got 6 kiddies? Yeah. You never heard of a yarn robbery? Well, you've not, yeah. Stay where you are, I'm around. Yeah. So, but I want to know what they do with all these 10 grams of, besides making a scrappy shawl, which I'm making with bits, yeah. Um, what do you do with all these 10 grams of hand spun yarn besides making a gradient shawl? Yeah. I'm making shawls just purely to get rid of all my bits. I've got so many bits. I made that cardigan thinking, you know, the one in all the squares, thinking that'll get rid of all the. No, it didn't. I still got half balls left over. So, yeah. Hi, Jane. So now I'm trying my best to make. I mean, somebody will wear them. I shall find somebody to donate them to. Everybody likes a shawl, don't they? You know what I mean? If they don't crochet, they don't do them themselves. Everybody likes one. You know, I'm sure I will find a home for them. Feel free to do yarn acquisitions. Yeah, you know, I don't mind if, I mean, I like watching, if, as long as it's not over the top. You know, when you get people who've bought like this yay big box full of yarn and you're like, really? You know, if you buy a small amount and you say, look, I've got these and that and the other, yeah, I'm interested. You know, but when somebody buys, you know, like $500-600 worth of, you know, I'm like, no, no. Oh, emotional support. I want to make one of those. Uh, But I think I like the knitted ones. I made the little chickens, as you know. I'm supposed to be making 2 more for my friend, but I've never got round to it. She's got a friend who's mad about chickens. Is that upside down? No, that's the right way. But I never got round to making a 2. But I'd like a big emotional, for myself, you know, to knit myself a big emotional support chicken. Yeah, I would. You're having a second Christmas in July. That I can understand if you're giving presents, but I do not understand Christmas in July when people are making Christmas ornaments. And I'm like, what's the point? What is the point? You're going to put the Christmas tree up in July or what? You know. To be truthful, mine never went up this year. I wasn't in the mood, and as you know, I wasn't well. And I had all the stress and the strain of my camera not working, my PC not working, all the added expense of everything going wrong. I just could not get in the mood for Christmas at all. I just couldn't, no. Yeah, the knitted ones I like. I think it was Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful. I think somebody made her one and it looked really nice, yeah. Yeah. Your ex-mother-in-law bought you a kit for this sweat. Well, that's nice, yeah. That's what you call a useful gift, isn't it? Yeah. The only gift I will tell you about is I got a new keyboard. I think since I mentioned nutcrackers to you, my Facebook feed has been full of nutcracker crochet patterns. And I'm thinking, that's Jane. That's Jane. She's jinxed me. I don't mind nutcrackers, but I don't want a house full like you do, you know. But I keep getting all these adverts on Facebook. You've only got to talk about something, have you noticed? If you look up something or you talk about something, your Facebook gets flooded, doesn't it, with adverts? We're talking about adverts. You know, I love Moonbeams and Mayhem. Love them to death. Buy loads of stuff from them when I've got the money. They had a crocheted poncho on there. White it was with all different coloured squares. And I thought, oh, I bet that's expensive. £30. Obviously, it's not hand crocheted. It's one of those done on a machine that's meant to look a bit like crochet. It cannot be hand crocheted for 30 quid. It's nice though. Got me thinking, bits, oddments, galley squares, white round the edge, fringe. That could be for me. Yeah, could be for me. But 30 quid, I thought you couldn't make it for that, could you? Well, you couldn't if you use decent, you know. Except for me, I've got so many bits. That unit behind, the one where my sewing things are at the top, the bit underneath is just full of part balls. So I've definitely got enough. That's why I made that shawl. And this shawl, and I've still got so many bits. How come you get so many bits left over? You always have to break into a ball, don't you, for a little bit. So you get like 3/4 of a ball left, don't you? Or more than a half left over, yeah. My Christmas cards didn't even get up. Oh, hello, the dog's off. Excuse me about Rosie. Rosie! A sparrow will have farted and strew streets away. This works, by the way, if you've got a bad neck. It's got magnets at the back and it just keeps your neck warm. I had to order another one. I had to buy this. It came today from Amazon. I've got two. Can I find them in the house? Can I, heck? I've looked everywhere. I've searched in my drawers. I've even looked in my handbags. Can I find him? No. Tried to order another one. So I'm going to keep my eye on this. Because I've been rubbing cream and stuff on back of my neck and it's been, oh, you know when you get that grating noise when you move your neck? I've got spondylitis, whatever you want to call it, arthritis, whatever, in my neck. I used to go to an osteopath and get it sorted out, but there's none around here, yeah. Well, you've been a lucky girl, haven't you, Linda? Crochet blanket. I still love my crochet blanket that Shan put together for me. Hi, Craft Knit Sew. I got for my 70th. That shows how long ago it was, because I'm 79 now. And people made a crocheted square. And Shan sewed it all together, and I still got it, and I treasure it. I really do. Oh, my necklace is all glittery, isn't it lovely? It's all glass beads. Blue and green, not fit to be seen. That's what my mum used to say. I love blue and green together. My mum had a lot of superstitions. Like, you never take red and white flowers to a hospital. I mean, you can't take flowers to a hospital anyway now. But you can't take red and white flowers to a hospital. She didn't like red and white flowers together, yeah. I hate to be rude, Seaside, but do you think most of them would have noticed? I've not sent any Christmas cards out for probably about the last 10 years, and hardly anybody's noticed. Well, you see, there I am. You've hit the nail on the head. Of course, I'm a beauty queen. Well, I am if you put a veil over the mirror. I love purple. I just love purple. My niece keeps sending me pictures. Hey, Chris. Pictures of houses that are all purple, saying, this is you, this is you, this is what your house should be. Yeah, I'm definitely a beauty queen. What's that you said? Disillusioned? Well, you know, if I don't think it about myself, who else will? Yeah. Got to blow my own trumpet. I've got bags under my eyes I could pack for a fortnight. I'm not sweeping. Look at the state of them bags. The last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been getting in bed tired and then lying awake until the wee small hours. Then going to sleep when I should be getting up, if you're with me. And then I've been staying in bed too late and wondering where the day's gone. I've got in a real, my body clock is completely up the wall. The other day I didn't wake up till 2 in the afternoon. But I know I was still awake at 6 in the morning, you know. The body clock has just gone to pot. I need to get it sorted again. It's all right saying go to bed at your usual time, even if you're not tired. So what do? Count sheep, look at the ceiling, look round, you know. Try and think nice thoughts. Doesn't work, put your music on. Listen to a story. Read. Put the light on. I've even got up. Come in here, put the telly on. I'm not usually like this. It's just been recently. Usually I get to bed. I'm never an early bird. I'm a night owl. It's normally about 1 o'clock before I get in bed. But normally I'm up at 8 o'clock. You know, 7 hours is usually enough for me. But when you can't get to sleep till about 6 in the morning, you want to get a purple plate or a nutcracker. I've never seen a nutcracker plate, I must admit. I have never seen a nutcracker plate. I've seen them on a beaker, but I've not seen them on a plate. Diddly 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 dee. So, have you all made your revolutions? I do, but I sort of keep them. Mine is to stop buying stuff and to use my stash. But that's the same one I do every year. Or use my stash, which I'm trying to do. use my bits, which I'm trying to do. So I don't know what anybody else's New Year's resolutions is. You made your revolutions. My friend and I used to always call them New Year's revolutions. Yeah. Oh, somebody wants me. Somebody loves me. I don't know who. I don't know who it can be. Oh, it's where I used to live. They're talking about having a street party. And I thought, oh, I'm missing all of that. Yeah. They're talking about getting permission to shut, and it's a very quiet street where I used to live, shutting it off at both ends. And then they can, put tables up and things like that. And I'm like, I'm missing all of this. They were tremendous neighbours. They had a really good vibe. They saw to each other. They looked out for each other. We had a WhatsApp group. There were young ones they used to swap things like anybody want this changing table, this cot, this pram, these toys that my child's outgrown. It was a brilliant atmosphere on that street. I really, really miss, the camaraderie, the neighbourliness. You don't get any of this over here. I told you I know 2 neighbours here, and I've been here 4 years. They just don't neighbour at all. Well, I've got one dog asleep on my chair. I don't know where the other one is. My son and daughter-in-law have gone to Blackpool. A friend of theirs was in Blackpool, so they asked them would they go. So they've been gone all day virtually. I thought they might have been back by now, but they aren't. And I forgot to let the dogs out for a bathroom break before I came on here. The big one will ask me if she wants to go out, but the little one, you know what she's like. So if you hear any mad frantic barking, it'll be when they come back home again. The dogs will go bonkers. That's why the door's open, because I've got the front door unlocked for them to come in. Yeah. Somebody loves me. I don't know who. I'm really sad that all the vlogmases have nearly finished now. I'm really into that every day. Something to look forward to. All these lovely people doing vlogmases. Now it's all stopped, hasn't it? If you get yarn, it'll be for a pattern. I'm not into this junk journal, and I just don't understand it. I know a lot of people love it, get a lot of pleasure out of doing it, but I just don't get it. I just don't. If you do it and you enjoy it, what is the point? What do you do with them? Oh, Sheila's thinking, oh, God, it's awful, wasn't it? Sorry, Sheila, if you're watching me. Oh, I had to skip over it at the beginning. There's only, I think, Ellie's still doing them, isn't she? Ellie. She's doing them till the end of the month. I think she's the only one, I think, that's done them. I do watch some others. I don't just watch crafting ones. I watch other people doing other things, if you know what I mean. I try not to just limit myself to just crafting ones. Otherwise, they're a bit thin on the ground sometimes. I do like watching. I've been watching the people who do, I don't mean really frugal cooking, but the ones who do different recipes, you know. I've been watching those, you know, to get some ideas on how you save money by going back to scratch, you know, doing things this. What's the swearing? Is it you that's doing the swearing, Charm? Do you keep hitting your thumb? Yeah. Mary Maxim's got their Afghan kits off. I can't think of an Afghan. I can think of a blanket. I can think of a throw. But an Afghan to me is somebody who lives in a tent in the desert. I don't. I'm sorry, Jane, but I don't see the point. What do you do with them when you've done them? Do you just look at them? You know, what is the point of them? When you stick stickers in and you... I can understand a diary. I love watching that narrowboat lady that does the drawings and writes the poems and that. That I can understand. And I can understand people who keep a very interesting diary. I don't, because, you know, what would mine say? Went up the seafront. Did a bit of crocheting. Mine wouldn't be very thrilling, would it? They wouldn't exactly make a bestseller, would it? Yeah. I mean, I've never understood washi tape. What on earth is washi tape? Everybody goes mad. Got this lovely washi tape. What do you do with it? Oh, one of my 2025 revolutions is to paint that flipping doll's house. I've had it now 2 years. I haven't painted it yet or decorated it. You keep it like a diary. You write things in it, do you? At least it's better than just sticking stickers of cats in it or something, you know. But yeah, I need to. That's the only time I will get some. Yeah, I don't know what washi tape is. I've been using it to stick parcels together. You know, at Christmas. Yeah, I just, maybe it's just me. I just can't see the point of it at all. Yeah, yeah, I need to get. That's the only time I should be buying that paper, you know, that they use for junk journaling. I'll be using it for wallpaper for my dolly's house. You know, it might make nice wallpaper. But whether there'd be enough in one colour, I don't know. The sheets probably wouldn't be big enough, would they? Not to do a. I know they're only little rooms, but I've got like 3 walls, haven't I, to do? Oh. I haven't got many either, Chris. Oh dear. I lost all mine when I moved here. I didn't lose them. I mean, I'm still in touch with them, but I mean, you know what I mean? They're not physically like go to the cafe and have breakfast with them like I used to, you know. I've got a couple of friends that we go to the cafe every week. We went to that new cafe we'd found. Really nice cafe, homemade food and everything. It was shut. We went on Thursday. No, I wouldn't know what to do with it either, Seaside. I'd just be use it like sellotape or something, you know. Apart from that, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Why do people keep sending me messages when I'm on here? And I've just dropped my flipping crochet up. Oh, it's still my old street talking about putting up marquees if it's raining. 17th of May or the 7th of June, whatever day it is, I might go. I've dropped my crochet hook now. Oh, flip. I can't bend over. Oh, got it. Oh dear. Good evening, Shad. You've got inches of snow. My necklace is all just glittery beads, blue and green, not fit to be seen. That is my neck thing. It's got magnets in. We've got floods of it, not me personally, thankfully, but we've got terrible floods in parts of England. Cars submerged and everything. You know, we've not got the snow, but like you say, we've got floods in Manchester, Didsbury, Stockport. A lot of canals have burst their banks and rivers have burst their banks and gone all over everywhere. That lady that I watch on the canal boat, the river that was running next to it burst its banks and went into the canal, and she didn't know where the sides of the canal was. You know, like, and her boat was like moored and it was rising up, so she couldn't get off the boat to let her ropes out, if you know what I mean, because she couldn't get off because it was, and her dog couldn't get out off to go potty. Yeah. No swearing, Sean. It's a public channel here. Hi, Val. How are you? Are you back home again? I'm making another scrappy shawl, Val. Trying to use my bits up. Trying to use my bits. I've got enough bits to make shawls for everybody, I think. I'm trying to use cotton in this one. I'll probably run out. I'll probably have to change to acrylic. But this is mostly cotton at the moment. I'm using that Wonderbar cotton up that I got from eBay. At least it wasn't from Temu. I'm the one who gets the, SH1T from there. Yeah. I watched her last episode. She was trying to take a 60-foot canal barge up 2 locks that were only meant for 57 foot or 58 foot. So she was like 2 foot too long for him. A bit squeaky there, isn't it, when you can't shut the lock gates properly? Yeah, she woke up in the middle of the night. She was nearly flooded out. Dangerous. I think a lot, narrowboat's nice in the summer. Talking about narrowboats, I keep saying, sending messages to our Trev, asking him how he is and wished him Merry Christmas, wished him Happy New Year, and I've not heard a thing. I'm just hoping he's all right. He's not even, said thank you or Happy New Year to you or anything. It's unlike Trev. Even if he doesn't get chatty, he usually, comments or, I hope he's okay, yeah. I normally get some kind of a. She's on YouTube. She's called. Chris knows what she's called. An narrowboat. She's very interesting. She finds all this wildlife and birds and everything. No, not the narrowboat pirate. That's Heidi. She's great. She swears like a trooper. She's brilliant. No, the other one's called the narrowboat something. Mindful narrowboat. Yeah, that's the one. She always finds, things in nature. She'll find caterpillars and birds and everything, and then she draws them all in like a diary. But the narrowboat pirate, she is funny, Heidi. She is. Her boat's called the Rum Wench. She's a little bit salty sometimes with her language. You don't have to mind. She's got a dog called Bonnie. The Mindful Narrowboat's got a dog called Zephyr that that she takes with her. Yeah. Bonnie is a French bulldog. Zephyr, I think she's a retriever or a Labrador. I'm not too sure. But she's funny. In the last episode, Zephyr, she found this long piece of branch about that big, and she's going down the sort of towpath with it. It's a good job she didn't meet anybody coming the other way. You'd enjoy the mindful narrowboat. She's very nice lady. Yeah, you'd enjoy her. Well, in fact, you'd enjoy both of them, I think, if you don't mind a bit of salty language now and again. No, I was just saying that I sent Trevor some messages. I sent him a happy Christmas and I've sent him Happy New Year. I've sent him another one asking him, is he all right? And I've not had a message back, Shad, which is unusual. Even if he doesn't send me a message, he just usually says, yeah, I'm okay, or something like that. But I've not heard a Tweety bird from, I think it was about October, November since I've heard from Trevor, yeah. It's a very interesting. I mean, I know that Nathan would love to have a narrowboat, but I think, yeah, maybe he has no internet. Maybe if he's on his, I hope he hasn't drowned in his narrowboat, yeah. Hi, Jeannie. Happy New Year to you as well. You like a good rant. You're like Sheila then. She's always having a rant. Yeah. No, I'd like to know Trevor's okay. I mean, if he only just said Happy New Year, and then I would know he was okay. I mean, I don't expect him to come on here. He can't come on here all the time, can he? But he's got his own life to lead after all. But I just would like to know he's okay. Still. Yeah, I watch a few different people. I don't watch them all the time that are just... I watch another lady, I think she's not Japanese. She lives in Canada, but she does a lot of this Japanese slow stitching and embroidery and something. Oh, I think Miguel does his own thing. I've not heard from him. He's not been on here for about 2 or 3 years now. He doesn't talk to me, Shad, so... So you won't see him on here. That's for sure, Shad. You might see him on other channels, but not on here. Yeah, I watch, like other... Like I say, I watch this slow stitching. And I like watching people in Japan when they're cooking. Don't they go to a lot of trouble? Oh my goodness me. They live on their own and they go to... How strange. Well, he is strange, isn't he? Come on, Shad, admit it. He is a bit strange. No, he fell out with me years ago. I've not bothered to find out why. I'll leave him to his chickens. Who else do I watch? Yeah, I watched the... yeah, I can't think who else I watch. I do watch, like I said, the Japanese cooking ones because, they don't have fiff and faff about, don't they? Everything has to be like just so and laid on the plate and that. Like if I lived on my own, it'd be all just any old dough on a plate. Yeah, slow stitch. And I watch, what's she called? She does the most fantastic patchwork stuff. I watch her. She just built herself like a log cabin in her garden, and she built a lake as well. She does absolutely Yeah, it's his problem. I don't give a monkey's Jane, to be quite honest. If that's the way he wants to be, let him be it. Yeah, she's got patchwork curtains and everything. It fascinates me. And she does these beautiful, beautiful patchwork things. I'm just trying to think what she's called. And then I watched Bialtine. She lives in Ireland. She's lives in the middle of nowhere. She does all these trees and everything like that. Oh, I won't be watching that. That's one thing I won't be definitely watching, or the polo one. As if anybody's interested in polo. Oh dear. The Last Homely House, that's the one. She does the most fabulous patchwork, doesn't she? And I want them patchwork curtains. While you're doing nothing, Val, can you run me up a patchwork, a pair of patchwork curtains? You know, and all this spare time you've not got. I'll settle for a cushion. Kate from The Last Homely House, she's great, isn't she? She's a lovely lady. You know, there's lots of people like that, and you think, why aren't they mega stars? You know, why boring? I've got mega thousands and thousands of views and subscribers, and you think somebody really interesting, you know, like The Last Homely House, the Narrowboat Pirate, the Mindful Narrowboater, you know, and they don't have it. And you're like, obviously people must like boring people. Hi, Denise. Happy New Year to you as well. You'll bring them round tomorrow, will you, Val? Yeah. I'll settle for a cushion. Cushion. And me. Yeah, I must be boring as well, Nathan. Oh, dear. When I'm on the catwalk. Oh, roll on, summer. I'm sick of this weather. Oh, I'd love to do patchwork curtains. I don't have the patience. I wish I had the patience. I just don't. Especially that where they do paper piecing, you know, and they do hand stitching quilts. Oh, what patience people must have. I used to go to a knit club when I lived in Prestwich. Yeah, I could do a small one for the dolls, actually. I might do that. When I used to go to a knit club in Bolton, there was a lady there. She used to do fantastic quilts. Absolutely fantastic. And I remember her saying a lady had said to her one time, oh, will you make me one? I'll give you £100. And she said, £100 wouldn't even buy the cotton, you know, the fabric. They were fantastic. I'd probably do a paper piecing pincushion or a very small cushion before I got bored. My hand stitching leaves a lot to be desired, to be quite truthful. I used to be neat, but it's holding the needle. You know, my fingers were having arthritis and that. I can't always feel, you know, the needle properly. So my stitching's a bit, my auntie would say dog stitching, if you know what I mean. Kate's a sick, I can understand it. I can understand it because she puts a lot of work and effort into them. I tell you, if I had that kind of money, I would definitely have bought one of those. I've just darned mine up, but mine was from Next. It was actually from eBay, and I got it really cheaply. It's just squares, and it's all in like shades of purples and aubergines. Because it was made in satin, as it's been washed a few times, it started shredding. So I spent all yesterday sewing seams up with hand stitching and darning it up. When I come to look at the label, it was from Next. I didn't get it from Next. It says dry clean only. And I thought, oh, that's probably why it's shredding, because it's been washed a million times. With having the dogs, you know, because they jump all over it. So with having the dogs, of course, then it's definitely seen better days now. But I love it. Everybody, in fact, one of my friends, she keeps saying, when I come round to your house, I'm going to put it in a bag. She said, will you miss it if it's gone? I went, you're joking. I remember bidding for it on eBay. This lady had it. It cost me quite a bit, actually. But it was when I was working, I think, and I did have some money. Not a lot of money, but I did have some money to play with. I think I paid about £40 or £50 for it. You know, second hand, but I've never, everybody loves it who's seen it. Everybody that goes in my bedroom says, oh my God, that bedspread is gorgeous. And I'm like, get off it. It's mine. I'd love to get another one. I did buy one once from Lidl, I think it was, or Aldi. But that was just in cotton. And I liked it for quite a long time. But then it faded and faded. I washed it and washed it. Because I had the dog then and the cats. So it used to get absolutely hammered, you know, because the cats used to sleep on it. I will show you a picture of it. It's beautiful. It's even got Lurex in it. Everybody loves it. I haven't got a picture on my phone of it. It is beautiful. Everybody falls in love with it. But they're not having it. It's mine. I've had to darn it though. It's only squares, so somebody like you would be, wow, you'd be able to do one, Val. I mean, for yourself, of course. I'm not that cheeky to say make me another one. Yeah, you can make me a cushion. I would beg for a cushion. Or one of your bags, yeah. Val makes gorgeous bags. She got these jeans. Yeah, hint, hint, yeah. Nothing like making a bit of a hint, is there, Val? She makes these bags. She gets jeans from, like, you know, thrift, charity shops, whatever, in all different colours. It doesn't matter what size they are. You know, they can be size 8, size 10, size 25. But she just gets them for the colours. And then she cuts them in strips. And she's made these, like, shopping bags. And she's put wadding on them and lined them. And they're gorgeous. Like me. Yeah. I could do that, like, no. Yeah. I admire people who can do things like that. I mean, I've got a lot of, I bought them. I haven't made them, I bought them. That's one. It's all lined. I got from Etsy. That's from a lady called Rick Rack. They're lovely. I mean, I paid about £13, £14 for these. And anybody who sews can make them up in 5 minutes, you know. I mean, I love the ones that Stitched by Mrs. D makes, and what she called the crafty clegs, but they're about £30. You know, they've just got stitching on them. And not so Secret Santa, yeah, you're right there, Val. And I found the other ones in my drawer. Oh, I think they're in this drawer. I was looking for something else, and I found them in here. I've got them. I didn't make them, in case you're thinking I'm clever. That one's got a little handle on it. And that one, whew, think this is the same lady that made it, the Rick Rack lady. She puts a little thingy on it as well. And then this one is like imitation patchwork. It's the fabric that's patchwork. It's not proper patchwork with black. That's got a little stitch marker on. Oh, Mrs. D. Yeah, they're about 30 odd pound, aren't they, though? The only ones I didn't like of Mrs. D's were them ones she made with them, that patch thing that was all, you know, ripped and patched up. I didn't like that one. I liked the first one she'd made with the patchwork, you know, with a nice patchwork. But I didn't like the last one. One of the ladies at Knit Club, she's made a fantastic knitted shawl. It's in like, I haven't got a picture of it, sadly. It's like a denim blue and it's very fine. All knit. Oh, she's a beautiful knitter. All lace. Gorgeous. I can't do knitting. Absolutely can't. Because I can't do them worms, you know. You have to knit them on a worm, don't you? You know what I mean? Them worms. I can't knit like that. Can't knit free at all. I'm struggling with a hat because I'm having to knit it free-handed. I'm struggling, even though it's super chunky. I'm struggling with this because it's on needles. Yeah, I've had these bags. I must admit, I've had those bags. No, the last one she made, I wouldn't have wanted one. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't. Oh, them circular needles. I call them worms, yeah. Well, they are. They're worms, aren't they? Oh, oh, God, I'm throwing everything around here. I like this one, though. It's nice and deep. I don't make socks a lot, so them little tiny sock bags are no use to me. Right, I'll get back on my shawl. In case you're wondering what I'm making another of these. It's a lady called Crochet Objet. I think she's Israeli. And you, instead of casting on you cast on a bigger chain, and then you increase in the middle and you increase at the sides. And I like this because it stays on the shoulders. I told you I made this other one, but these don't stay on as much. They're easier to make. And look what I did. See, I covered up the ends so I didn't have to darn them in. I did a rolled edging. So I've got so many shawls though. I'll be finding a home for them. I'll be finding a home for this one I'm doing because it's in cotton, this one. It's miserable colours, I know, but that's the colours I've got left. Oh, let me find out what colour I'm going to do next after green. Maybe I can do a blue. I've got blue left. It's that really rubbishy cotton. I tell you, that vintage cotton I got off eBay that splits like mad. And it's as rough as anything. Don't worry, I won't be trying to sell them. Did you see my jacket? Did you see my jacket? I finished it, Val. Finished it. My jacket. Finished it. Although I boo-booed, I've got 2 lilac together and 2 red together. Finished it. Whether I'll ever wear it or not, I don't know. It's not been blocked, but I did finish it all off. Yay. It was my friend who suggested the rolled edge because she'd been doing those, you know, those blankets that are what they call like relief crochet, where you, what do they call it? Mosaic crochet. And it's all ends because you only go one way. You join on and go across, and then you start again at the beginning and go across. You don't go backwards and forwards. Yeah, I might wear it in bed, Val. It's a bit scratchy though because it's cotton. I might wear it just to shock. But hey, I don't know whether it's Knit Club back again on Monday. I know it's not ours on Wednesday. I know it's not ours. Might be the one, the afternoon one. I know the library's back on Monday. Well, I tried to do as many stitches as I could think of, but some of them worked up too open. Well, somebody's invited me to join a private group, Crochet and Stories. I don't even know who she is. I get weird requests. And the requests I get off Instagram are disgusting. I keep deleting them and they still keep coming back. Why do they think I'd want to join that kind of group? You know, we're talking about like kind of groups, yeah. You know, why do they think at my time of life I'd want to join a, well, let's just say swingers, to put it politely, kind of group? I'm not interested in all that sort of stuff. And I get about 20 a day and I can't stop them. Alice is 93, a week next Friday. Oh, we won't be there, will we? I'll have to send her a message on Instagram, because she's not Instagram, WhatsApp, because she reads them, doesn't she? I don't know when we're supposed to be going out. Sue was talking about it when I spoke to her, when I wished her Happy New Year. But I don't think we've made a date or anything, have we? Alice is one of our ladies from Knit Club, in case you're wondering, people. And she's 93 next week. Broke her hip, running around like a spring chicken. Although she has slowed down a bit recently. But who wouldn't at 93? Hello, Autumn. Oh, I know, I keep getting these weird message to join these groups. I mean, you know, I don't want, and I can't block them. I've blocked certain words, you know, that they use, but they still seem to come through. I can't get them to stop coming through. Sue, yeah, I spoke to her. She's doing well. Yeah, I haven't seen her. Must be 3 years since I've seen Sue Shadman. We speak all the time, but she's up in Scotland and I'm down here. I don't have transport. I don't miss having a car most of the time. But to be quite truthful, if I did have a car, Shad, I don't think I'd be able to drive up to Scotland anyway. I don't do motorways. And it would be a bit awkward, like trying to travel on the train with my folding scooter and my suitcase as well. And then the train doesn't go as far as where she lives. I'd be relying on her to come and pick me up from the train station or something, you know. It's a bit awkward, really. I'd love to see her. I really would. Maybe this year. I've said that every year, haven't I? She's been here once. I think she called here once when I first moved. But it's out of her way, yeah. Oh, they try all sorts of things. You have won a such a thing, or we're trying to deliver a parcel. Yeah, right, okay, fine. You don't get me that time. Somebody said to me, you've got a, what was it? Oh, when I had the business, you know, when I had it online. Um, I'm entitled to this grant or something or other. I went, oh yeah, right, okay. Don't you want to know? I went, no, I don't want to know, because it's not true. And they're going, you're missing out on an opportunity. I said, yes, I know I'm missing out on an opportunity. Bye-bye, you're gone. Oh, there was another one who tried to convince me that I'd won a cruise on a liner. They wanted my bank details and my address. I said, what do you want that for? I said, my address. I said, maybe so you can send me the tickets, but you don't need my bank account. Oh, well, we want to send you some money so that you can spend it while you're on your cruise. I'm like, no. You're missing the chance of a lifetime. I said, maybe I am, but bye-bye. I said, if I want to go on a cruise, I'll buy it myself. Well, they try all sorts of things, yeah. Oh, that's good. I used to have one of those, but now I'm too old. Unless Starmer decides he's going to stop that. He stopped every flipping else, hasn't he? I notice he's on holiday nice and warm, isn't he? And Angela's got a third house, hasn't she? The one that Winston Churchill used to live in. You see the size of that? I bet that costs you a fortune to heat. I wonder if you'll put a few pensioners up in the wing, so they can stay nice and cosy in one of her empty bedrooms. I bet not. I think we should all roll up, don't you? Roll up at her new house. What is wrong with my phone? What is going on with it? Ah. When I was talking about that gorgeous shawl that Lindsay at Knit Club had knitted, Val's just sent me a picture. That's it. Can you see it? It's gorgeous. It's so fine and lacy and beautiful. She's such a lovely knitter. She really is. What have I got next? Sandra Rigev has invited me to join a private group. Crochet and Stories with Sandra Stitches. No, thank you. I don't want to join. Delete. No, thank you. Sorry and all that, people. It is beautiful. It's more beautiful in real life, of course, Jane. It's so fine and beautiful. She takes it with her because she dyes yarn, not for a living. She's got a job as well, but she dyes yarn and she takes it with her to these yarn festivals. And I'm saying, aren't you frightened somebody will steal it? And she's like, no, I have it there, And I'm like, oh, goodness me, I'd be scared. I'd have it pinned down me. I'd have a security tag on it, an alarm, if that were mine. I'd be scared to death of somebody pinching it. Because you know what some people are like, they pinch anything that's not screwed down. I remember talking to a lady in America, and she said she was absolutely disgusted with somebody that she knew. They'd gone to one of these yarn festivals in America where they did the hand-dyed yarn, really expensive hand-dyed yarn. And she took great pride in saying that she'd stolen about 3 hanks, from different people. And I'm like, honestly, it's not as if she's short of money either. She just thought it was fun to steal, and I'm like, I wouldn't steal. If I was absolutely starving, I might steal a loaf of bread, but I wouldn't go and steal wool. I can't understand it that people think that's okay. Oh, hello, Rosie's off. I have 13 items a day. Plus I get that, injection that all these skinny models take. The one that costs, was it 160 a month or something? I get that. I don't take it for weight loss, as you can tell. I take mine to regulate my sugar. Rosie! She's not my friend, no. No, it was a friend of mine who was telling me about a friend of hers in America. She was disgusted. She thought it was. She's not short of money, you know what I mean? And this woman thought it was, clever, right, to steal. And I mean, when you think they're probably about $30 a skein, so she's stolen three. So it's like about $100 worth of yarn. And I'm like, it's just absolutely disgusting. My mum used to always say, if you take anything that's not yours, it won't do you any good at all. Oh, Rosie, shut up. It won't be anybody. It'll be somebody going past with a dog or something. She's stopped now, thank goodness. I don't know where Little Un's gone. I have to watch the Little Un because you know what she's like. Yeah, that's what I've got, Denise. It's not for weight loss, though. I'm not on that. There's different strengths of it and different ways to inject it. And the ones who are doing it for weight loss, they inject a higher dose and they inject it more. But mine's once a week, and it's just for. It's very difficult to get it, yeah. That's why they've put me on that one, because I was on another one that I could never get. And every time I stopped taking it, I had the really bad stomach issues. Where's the little one gone? She's absolutely can't be trusted. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look where she's gone. She can't be trusted. She'll piddle somewhere. Trixabelle, where are you? Trixabelle, where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing, you two? Do you need a wee? Does anybody need a wee? Come on. Does anybody need a wee? Come on. Come on, come on. Trixie, this way. This way. Come on. This way. In you go. In. Oh, mission successful. 2 weeks done. Yeah, I'm on metformin as well. You know how it is when you like that. Oh, shush. Grumpy. God, I'm getting the death stare off this little one. If you know French bulldogs, they can't half give you the side eye. All right, good night to Crafting It So. Now I have to drag myself once a week. Better than insulin where you've got to do it every day and you have to measure yourself and prick your finger. Oh, sod that for a tail. They gave me insulin. I'll just give it some back. I said, I don't want it. Thank you. They said it'll help with you prolong your life. I said, I'm 79. How much longer do you think I'm going to live? Yeah, they both had wheeze. Oh, I tell you, Trixie can give you the glare. They were both upstairs doing I don't know what. And I said to her, what are you both doing? And she's giving me the side eye. At least they both had a wee now, so we can relax for a little bit. Unless she does the other, which I don't, wouldn't put it past her. My friend had a dog, she used to call her Tupu Tea. This one's like 3p. Yeah, the big 80th at the end of this year. Got another 11 months to go. We're all right. Yeah, we were talking about my 70th before when I got my blanket that Shan sewed together for me, or crocheted together, I forget which. Still got it. Love it to bits. The best present I've ever had. I wonder if they've still got the one that we did for Gigi. I mean, Gigi passed away, but they've got 2 other little dogs now. There was a few squares left over, so we put them together for Gigi. Because Gigi wanted my blanket and wanted to lie on it all the time, so we made him his own. I mean, his parents were thrown to bits with it. I hope they kept it. I mean, they've got 2 more chihuahuas now since Gigi passed away. I was devastated. It was just after I moved here. Thank goodness he wasn't with me. Oh, God, can you imagine? I'd have felt really guilty if he'd have passed away with me because it was so sudden. He just had a heart attack. Bless his little cotton socks. I love that little dog to death. I did, honestly. He was such a comfort to me when I lost Buster. When I lost my big guy. And then we moved here and we lost Poppy. That's how come we finished up. Oh, they can take them to the vets, and my God, they don't forgive you, do they? Every time Buster went, of course, he got the thermometer where the sun don't shine, and they don't forget that in a hurry, do they? That's the first thing vets do. You put them on the table, and the first thing they do is stick a thermometer. It's no wonder dogs don't like the vet. I mean, you wouldn't like it if you went to the hospital. The first thing they did was stick a thermometer where the sun don't shine, You'd be like, oi, watch it, do you mind, mate, Yeah. Well, it's difficult to take them to the vets if you don't have a car, because a lot of taxi drivers won't take them. There was a taxi firm in Prestwich used to get in trouble because the drivers were Asian and they wouldn't even let you have a guide dog. They got reported in the end because you're supposed to take a guide dog. They're not supposed to discriminate against support dogs and guide dogs, although some people support dogs, yeah. They're not official support dogs, they're just dogs. You have to have them vetted and everything to be a support dog. You can't just say, oh, my dog's a support dog. There was somebody on YouTube used to say that, oh, my dog's a support dog. I thought, they're not a support dog at all because you've not had them vetted. You've got to be vetted and pass all these tests. You can't just announce to the world they're a support dog. I don't know whether I'm needing to increase again. I've forgotten. I had to do so many plain rows in between, and I've just been yabbering away here doing my plain rows. I need to do a count. I'm going to run out of cotton, I know I am, unless I finish up with just beige at the end. Or beige and purple, because that's the two colours I've got the most of. Because when the ball gets that small, it won't go across a row. And I don't like, you know, I like a complete row. I'm funny that way. I know I'm funny anyway, but I'm funny that way. Right, plain rows. How many plain rows have you done, Janie? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plain rows you've done, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've done 7 plain rows. Let me read my pattern. Somebody I used to watch used to always say that, a pattern. Never said a pattern, a pattern. 9, 2, how many rows? I can't see without my glasses on. So badly printed, my printer needs some ink. 9 to 11, or 3 rows. Oh, I've done more than 3, never mind, I've done 7. It doesn't matter, it's not a problem. I'm supposed to increase to 67, oh, to 103. Increase to 67 next. I think actually I've got 65 already, to be quite truthful. Let me have a little count. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66. 68, 60. I've got enough already. Got enough. I need to increase now to get to 100 and... Oh, God, I can't see a thing without my glasses on. Can't see a thing. Right. On the last row, repeat row 4. Right. Yeah, I've done that. Repeat row 12. I've done that. I've got 67. How can I have 103 clusters when you're not telling me to increase? It's telling me 67, then it says repeat row 4. Row 4, yeah, hang on. Repeat 6 spaces, right, make a cluster. I've got to increase. Okay, she says, okay. Right. I'll do beige because I've got a lot of beige. Or I could do dark grey. I've got a lot of dark grey. I'll do dark grey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let him go again. Why did you let him go? Because he bit my finger so. Which finger did he bite? This little finger on the right. Oh God, I'm turning into Sheila. Oh, God forbid. Right, I've forgotten how many I did now. I've only just read the damn pattern, haven't I? Well, if you were repeating row 4, you wouldn't have any increases to do. Because row 4 is a plain row. It was 67 I had. And now I've got to increase to 103. But it says repeat row 4. And repeat row 4 is not an increase row. So I don't understand. Me no understanding. Row 4 is a plain row. How annoying is that? It must be row 3. Oh, I'll just increase. I'll just increase as I feel like it. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to count, are they? Nobody's going to say, oh, Jan, you didn't do enough increases. Because it's a shawl for all said and done. What are the dogs doing upstairs? Clunking about up there. I hope they're not doing something. I don't go up the stairs. I haven't been up the stairs since I first moved in. It's their domain up there. I don't go up. So I don't know what the dogs are doing up there. What did you do? Baby TV flashbacks. Well, my son is so old, he didn't have TV at 4 a.m. All you got was the white screen, the zzz. And then they started at one time putting like Open University on, if anybody's old enough to remember that. We had Open University on in the wee small hours. As if anybody who was going to university would be up in the wee small hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd have to be keen, wouldn't you, to be up at 3 and 4 a.m. to do your university course, especially if you were trying to do it and work at the same time. I think that's what it was meant to be, Open University, wasn't it? I wanted to do that. I wanted to go back to uni part-time, but my ex-husband said, no, you think I'm looking after the baby while you do that? You've got another thing coming. So I never did it. Should have done. I should have gone back. I never went in the first place because I think I told you before. Freshman week, I was in a hospital having my appendix taken out. So I missed my place in hall. Oh, yeah, the national anthem. Don't forget, you had the sermon. You had the Bible reading or whatever it was, the sermon, before they bid you good night. And then it was the national anthem. And you were supposed to stand up for the national anthem, weren't you, before you went to bed? I'm old enough to remember when they used to turn the telly off. I think it was about 6 o'clock while we put the kids to bed. And then it came back on again at 7 o'clock with the news. You had the children's hour. I think that was 5 till 6 or 4 till 5, where the children's programmes were. And then it went off. You had the test card then, so you could put the kids to bed. There were none of this cartoon business. Kids were firmly in bed for 7 o'clock, I tell you. Back in the day, there was no staying up all hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, what about me showing me age? I bet you don't remember it going off. No cartoons. I bet you don't remember that. We had Muffin the Mule. We want Muffin, Muffin the Mule. Showing his strings. And he is waving goodbye. And the wooden tops. And we had the flower pot man. Blob, 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 blob. Blob, 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 blob. That's what we had. And if you were lucky, sometimes you got Tom and Jerry in black and white. Yeah, there was none of this pandering to the kids. No, they didn't pander to kids like they do now. Special programs for them, cartoons, special channels if you have Sky. Park your kid in front of the telly instead of a nanny. Don't bother talking to them. Don't bother reading them a book. Just park them in front of the telly. We had to look after our kids. Nobody nannied our kids. We had to do things for them. You couldn't park them in front of the telly with something inappropriate to eat. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think it's six I've done in between. One, two, three, four, five. One lady was trying to tell me that during wartime rations, you know, when sweets and stuff was on ration, that's when her and her family became obese. And I'm like, what? Hey, what? She said, because we had to clear everything that was on the plate. I said, well, your plate must have been a hell of a lot more filled than my plate ever was. Dear me. How can you get obese with wartime rations? No way. What is chunnering? What is that? Something's making a noise. It's going. I don't know what it is. Oh, I threw my clean sheet on the bed, ready to make the bed. And this bloody great spider came running out of it. Boo! Spider no more. I'm sorry, I know they catch flies, but I was not running across my bed and under my pillow. Boo! I could not have gone to sleep with a spider. I had to smack it one with my shoe. I know you keep saying you shouldn't kill spiders, but there was no way I wanted a spider in my bed. Anywhere else it would have been, but not in my bed. I've never forgotten being bitten on the face with a spider while I was sleeping. I said to well, it was my husband at the time, I said to him, I've been bitten with a spider. He could see two little marks. I said, it's either a spider or a snake. He said, don't be stupid. Anyway, my face swelled up, my eyes shut. So I went to the pharmacy across the road from where I was working. And I said, what is it? And he said, it's a spider bite. Spiders bit me in the night. So I went back home and going, that's a spider bite. You told me it wasn't. Yeah, normally I shoe them on a bit of paper, you know, and trap them under a glass and evict them outside, but not in my bed. It got squished, thrown in the bin. I hadn't got time to go and look for a glass while it was running around my bed. I had a massive one on the wall in here the other week. I don't know where it went. It's probably the same one that went in my bedroom. It was huge. think it was a hunt. Is it called a huntsman or something? Huge spider it was. I remember making a video in the shed. I was showing off my crocheting in the shed, and this really great spider come walking across something I was showing, and I'm like, "Don't scream while you're on the video. It doesn't look nice, does it? You know, screaming as a spider." And I'm going, "A spider!" There's somebody whose videos I watch are absolutely terrified of spiders. Can't think who they are now. There's nothing worse than when you used to be driving your car and you're in the middle of where you can't stop anywhere and you see out the corner of your eye this big spider making its way across the windscreen of the inside of your car and you're like, "Ah!" And you can't stop anywhere to evict it, can you? You know. I had one spider one time that lived in the wing mirror of my car. You know, the wing mirrors that you could move in and out from inside the car. I had a great big spider that lived inside there. I didn't mind that so much because it stayed in the wing mirror. It never came anywhere in the car. It just stayed in the wing mirror. Eventually it disappeared. I think I must have blown it away as I went down the road doing more than my 30 miles an hour. I was a bit of a Sterling Moss in my day. So I wonder, I only got one speeding ticket, so I wonder I didn't get more. Because I was always doing more than the limit. I was a bit of a speed demon. I don't mean a stupid speed demon, you know, but I was always above 30. Let's just say. Mainly on some roads, it's silly. Big wide roads with nobody about, middle of the night. And you're thinking, well, there's nobody around. When you have to stop at a traffic light, you know, there's nobody coming the other way, and you think, what's the point of this? And you're there going, doodle-doo, 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 and there's nobody coming the other way. Or you stop at pedestrian crossings and there's no pedestrian for miles. And you're like, who pressed the button? The one outside the library the other week was doing it on its own. I was sat in the library thinking, I could hear it keep going, do, 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 and I thought, there's nobody there. So I started watching, you know, to see who'd press the button and run away or something. Thought it was kids, you know. Nobody there. It just kept changing on its own, and all these cars were like stopping with a perplexed look on their face, like, where's the pedestrian? It was just automatically changing on its own. It was doing it every couple of minutes though, Nathan. There was nobody near it. But because I was in the library, I could hear it going beep, 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 beep. Well, at least you can do, I can't do anything that's flat pack. At least you're better than me, Sean. I used to have to get me, my neighbour to come and do my flat packs, yeah. Yeah, this one was outside the library, Nathan. The last time I got some chest of drawers, I already put it together. He was cussing and blinded. It wasn't IKEA though. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't an IKEA one. I don't think he struggles so much with these IKEA junk behind me. Oh, to have real wood, not IKEA junk. It's not even wood, is it? It's like compressed cardboard. I watched a program. It was like, how do IKEA keep the prices down? Because they don't use wood. It's just like sawdust compressed into it. Never even seen a tree, I don't think. Doodly doodly doo doo doo. Watch UK Medic live in 30 minutes. No, thank you. Nothing against Rob, but I'm not watching him. Oh, Emma P. Sew with me. Quilted makeup bags. So if you want to know how to do that, go and find Emma P. Whoever she may be. She's making quilted makeup bags. Yeah, you get lulled in IKEA, don't you, when you see all these fabulous sort of displays and that. You know, where they've got them all made up into like rooms and things. And then you get them home and they don't look the same, do they? I think they have special ones that they put on display that aren't the ones you actually get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could get people to come from IKEA and put them together for you, but I wouldn't like to say. Oh, MFI, do you remember that? Oh dear. That definitely was pieces of hardboard, wasn't it, MFI? I can remember buying a bookcase once from there when I was young. You bought a bookcase, put the books on it, and it was like that. Yeah, made for idiots, yeah. It was definitely hardboard, weren't it? Chipboard. Never even seen wood at all, had it? Must be nice to have the money to get proper wood. Next time I buy anything, I'm going to buy it second hand, get some proper wood. Don't care if it looks old fashioned or not. When I think of those beautiful units I had in my mum's that they told me I couldn't bring here, they'd still be going now. They were proper wood, proper well made. They were built to last. And they were all dovetail joints, you know, where the drawers were fitted together. They were all like proper. Yeah, it was G-plan and all that sort of stuff. Proper stuff it were. Not like the shine a light stuff we have now. I mean, you bought a sofa, you had it for about 30 years, didn't you? Eventually it went saggy. Now you have a sofa for about 3 years and its springs have gone, if there's any springs at all. It's all foam rubber. So eventually it all goes funny. I remember the last sofa I had, I pulled the covers off them to wash them and the foam had just gone like dust. It was like breathing in asbestos. It had just gone disintegrated the foam. What a mess that was. I was trying to hoover it up, trying not to breathe it in. I had to get another sofa. The wood was all right on it, but the foam had all gone completely. And it weren't that old. Don't think it was even 10 years. The kitchen I left behind in Prestwich was a German one. Michael or something it was. And it was proper wood and it was beautiful. It had wood backs, proper wood doors. There was none of this back, you know, where they'd have no backs and it backs onto the wall. There were none of that stuff. It had a proper back in it and it was wood. And it was absolutely great. And I bet they've still got it, the people who've moved in. If they've got any sense, they'll still keep it. It was 30-odd-year-old when I left, and it was still like new. You don't get stuff like that now. With kitchens, you just get rubbish. And you don't get any backs in the cupboards, you just use the back of the... It's the wall, isn't it? So if you've got any mould or mildew or damp, it's all your stuff in your cupboards goes damp. I'm very fortunate, really. I've never been in a house with damp. Maybe when I was a kid. I think maybe the little 2 up, 2 down we lived in. But I've never been in a house with damp. I've been very lucky. Or mould. I'm very lucky. I'm rewinding my ball. What's left? Yeah, you get some people. I tell you, I watched that Ethan, whatever he's called, that goes around these houses in America, and they're only built in 1980 odd, and they're riddled with damp. Absolutely riddled with mould. The basements absolutely won't go down. He said you can smell them when he opens the door. Some of them are flooded. You have to have sump pumps. Our houses in the UK don't have sump pumps. What the heck's all that about? Do they not have proper foundations, or did they build them on swampy land? I mean, correct me wrong. Do you know any houses in the UK that have to have a sump pump? But when you switch the sump pump off, the basement floods? I've never known anything like that. We must build our houses differently. I'm watching a couple that are rebuilding a house that they've knocked down and building it up. It's in Canada somewhere. And honestly, the building regulations must be non-existent. You know, it's nothing like ours. Well, my house was built in 1937, I think, my old house. And that didn't have any damp here. I'm using some lemon now. That's okay though, this lemon, because I think it's Hobby or Hobie. Much better quality. Which is the one with the rainbow? Is it Hobie or Hobby? Or Hobium? It's organic cotton. Hobby. Hobby. That's very good if ever you can afford to buy from them. Hobby yarn. It's good. It's not quite as good as ice yarn, but it's good. If you can afford to get the postage on Hobby. Or Hobium, one of the two of them. But Hobby, I used to buy a lot from them. Oh, you got to postpone the spaying. We're having a new kitchen. Woo, woo, woo. Or are they just doing the cavity? Thought you were having a redo. I think I might have my crisps or chips, if you call them, if you're in America. Chippa chips. Chippity chips. The son says we'll probably be back before you do your live. It's 11 o'clock and they're still not back. Don't know what time the tram stops. They're just filling the wall and a new fan in the bathroom. And I thought you were having a new stuff. Thought you were having a refurb. I've got my walkers. Yeah, it'd be nice if you had a refurb, wouldn't it? Well, it would if you didn't have those neighbours you've got. One of the ladies at the library, she's got potheads above her. She said her flat stinks. I used to have a pothead next to me for a while on Mountside. I'd be there with my patio door open on a summer and bloody stench of blinking, what do you call it? Skunk floating through my windows. Yeah. Yay! Shawl's finished. Yay! Very strong wacky backy, Nathan. Man, you go down the seafront here, and they go past you on scooters and bikes, and the overwhelming smell of cannabis hits you. Man, I can remember going to nightclubs when I was young, before I was married. And it used to cling to your clothes, and you'd be high as a kite, and you never smoked it. It was just in the air. Because people used to smoke in the clubs, and they never had any ventilation or anything, and the ceilings were always low. They were like cavern-type clubs I used to go to. And you couldn't see across the room for the cigarette smoke. You'd come home smelling of skunk and cannabis and oh. Oh, there's lots of second-hand wacky backy smoke around here, I tell you. There's absolutely demons on them scooters up and down the seafront, nearly mowing you over as they go. You can't hear them coming. It's all electric bikes and scooters. Well, you'd be all right over here at Fleetwood, I tell you. They just raided an old bingo hall the other week. They were using it to grow. That's nice of him, dobbing you in. I wouldn't know what to do with it because I've never actually smoked a cigarette. Well, I have. Telling a lie. When I was about 17, you always have a try, don't you? But I've never actually been a smoker. So if somebody gave me a... I wouldn't know what to do with it. I'd be like... And even when I tried smoking when I was 17, I never inhaled, yeah. Well, hello, Nifty, whoever Nifty is. Oh, I wouldn't know where to start, Nathan. I'll stick to my cocoa double. You're nobody special, oh, well, neither am I. I don't think any of us are anybody special, are we? No, I'm nobody famous. Until I win the lottery, of course, then I'll be famous, but I won't tell you. When I win my millions, I'll still come on and pretend I've got no money. Because I'm like that. I'll be one of those secret winners, you know. The secret winner from Fleetwood. Live from the throne, yeah. You'd notice the decor around me would have changed. Real wood. And I'd swear blind I'd been to the second-hand shop. Yeah. When actually it'd be designer, you know. I got an email the other day. What would you do if you won like 24 million? And I thought, I wouldn't tell anybody for a start off. Yeah, I'd buy a different house, yeah. I'd go on a cruise. I'd be doing my live from a liner in the middle of the Caribbean. You know, from my cabin. Or it wouldn't be a cabin, would it? It would be a suite. And it would be on the deck, you know, overlooking the sea, because I wouldn't have none of this downstairs with the portal, you know, no. I'd be up on the top deck in a suite, yeah. With an ensuite bathroom and everything, you know what I mean? That'd be me. Cheers. And with champagne, with champagne. You've won for, do you know I have not won ever on premium bonds? I think they've lost mine. Oh my God, I wouldn't want to meet Mike. He had enough with Z. Z absolutely hated him. He insulted her, didn't he? Because she didn't know how to read a pattern. And there was somebody else on the cruise that didn't know how to crochet. And he was very insulting, I believe. He said, you've no right coming on a cruise. I expect the people who come on my cruise to at least be able to crochet. You don't say that to people who've paid a fortune for, you know, a blinking cruise. Oh, she was not impressed, wasn't Z? Not impressed at all. And she said he was making smutty jokes, you know, about his boyfriend and that. She wasn't impressed. She said that sort of thing stays in the bedroom and nowhere else, yeah. Well, in nearly 60 years, I've won exactly nothing on the premium bonds, Linda, so you're 25 quid up on me. God, they're hard. If anybody's interested, Marks and Spencer's mini whips. Didn't want me tea. What did I have? Tomato soup. I had half of a Chinese left in the fridge, but I'd asked for vegetables. All I got was water chestnuts, are they? And bean sprouts with a tiny little bit of broccoli. So when you pay for vegetables at the Chinese, that's all you get. Well, you'd be all right with Chris. He'd like a cabin in the woods, wouldn't you, Chris? He'd be all right with Shad. He's already got one. It's very difficult, I think, in the UK, though, isn't it, to rent a cabin? Or to get a cabin. You can get those porter thingamajigs, can't you? Those, like, whatever, in the UK. That's summer houses, but you can't stay in them all year, I don't think. Then, like a chalet thing, I think you can buy. My friend's got one, but they live in Spain. But they come over here. And I don't think you can stay in them all year. This is a problem. This is a problem with me with holidays, Shah. A, I have to pay double, because if you have a single supplement room, you pay double. And B, how do you get there? Unless you go on a coach holiday. Of course, when you win the lottery, of course, you can have a chauffeur. Just rent a chauffeur to take you anywhere you wish. You don't have to worry about things like that, then, do you? I'd stay in one of those hotels where they don't have any kids. What they call them, Warner's hotels, where there's no kids at all. Nothing like a horrible kid just rubbing you out. Oh, that advert with that kid. That obnoxious kid with an ice cream for TUI, is it? Oh, God, he's obnoxious. I want to smack his face. Oh, if it was bingo. You wouldn't get me going if it was bingo, Sean. You know me and bingo. Don't say eye to eye. Oh, that hurt my lip. I don't think that manjara's working on me. I think I'm eating more than usual. We went to Butlins once. Oh, never again. Oh, my God, never again. I've decided I'm a snob. I absolutely hated it. You know, that awful blue coat, red coat, whatever. And having your meals in the canteen. Oh, God, no. Never again. The chalet we were in were like something off Heidi High. Oh, if you're in America, you won't know what Heidi High was. Heidi High was a TV program that was all about our holiday camp used to be in the 50s. Oh, Butlins. I mean, the Butlins we went in, it did actually have a bathroom attached to it, but it was vile. It was just like RDI. The beds, oh, talk about basic. And the beds, no, the beds the kids were in, oh my God, they were like porter, camper, whatever. You know, squeaky folding bed things. Oh God, they were awful. Two of the beds were in the lounge. The kids' beds were in the lounge. So you couldn't sit in the lounge when the kids had gone to bed. You had to go sit and ask for the people listening for your kid crying. Ah, that was a joke. They used to ride by in a bike. They couldn't have heard a kid crying if they'd have tried. As I say, it might have changed now. It might be better now, but I certainly wouldn't go again. At least at Centre Parks, everything was undercover, wasn't it, if it was raining? No, Arian's on his way home. I'm just telling him the dogs are upstairs. God knows what they're doing up there. Yeah, Emma Peace. So with me. Quilted makeup bags. Very, very interesting. No, Butlins was... the kids sort of enjoyed it. I mean, I went with my friend and her kids. When I say kids we had to have one of her spare kids in our chalet because there wasn't room for one of her kids in her own because she had four. And there weren't enough room for her kids, and so one of her kids came in with ours, with my son. I think we had one, or did we have two? I think Irene was still in a cot. I think we had two of her kids in our lounge, which was a bit awkward. Because she went with four, so I think she got her and her partner in the bedroom, two kids in the lounge, and we had two kids and then Irene in a cot. So it wasn't a really good holiday. The kids kind of enjoyed it, and the weather wasn't bad actually. We picked a good week, at least it didn't rain. But they were really funny, you know. We were in Minehead and they wouldn't let us go out the camp. You had to have pass outs as if you were like prisoners. They didn't like you going out. Because we decided we'd like to go out, you know, and have a look around Minehead and get some fish and chips and stuff like that. And they were really awkward with us. You know, you had to have like a pass out for your car to get back in. How long will you be and all that jazz? It's like, Hang on a minute, we've paid for this holiday. We can go out if we want to, can't we? What have I got here? Oh, UK Medics started. Thought it was our Ian. They're on their way back now. No, they did at Butlins. Mind you, we're going back a long time. Our Ian were only little. So it must have been about 50 years ago. Yeah, they didn't want us to leave, to go and look round Minehead. Because we had to take the car because they never put Butlins in the centre of town. It's always like stuck in the middle of no place, like. Yeah. I remember going to Pontins once illegally. We were staying at a caravan camp that was next door to Pontins. I think it was in Morecambe. And there was a hole in the fence, so we found a way of sneaking in. And it was back before they used to have armbands and things like that. So me and my friend used to sneak in under the wire and go into Pontins. Go on the rides and that. I mean, now they have wristbands and they check you and everything. Back in the day, they didn't. Yeah, we used to go roller skating and go on all the stuff, and we were actually staying in the caravan camp next door. Hey, those were the days, eh? Huh? No, the only Butlins I went to was Minehead. Our Ian went again with his friends and mum and his friend. The snow started. Oh, we don't get snow here. We pay our rates. It's too salty, I think, by the sea to get snow. Yeah, they've been in Blackpool since about 10:30 this morning. So much for we're going out for an hour or two. Hmm. No, it's not snowed. I watch another young lady who lives in a tiny house. She's in America somewhere or Canada. She's got a little dog chihuahua called Charlie. I think that's why I watch her. She was out there in the snow. She lives in this sort of tiny house, but it's in the middle of nowhere. Snow for oh, we won't get snow. I think we had a half inch the first year I moved here. I think we had a half inch. It lasted about an hour, and then it just all melted. It's too salty. I know they were saying Blackpool might have snow. I thought, well, I'll see that. I'll believe that when I see it. It's something to do with the salt in the air. I don't think there was any tickets when we went to Butlins. I think you just went and queued up and went on things, like the roller skate rink and stuff. I spent a lot of time roller skating when I was only be about 7, something like that. I think they turned a blind eye because we was only young. I don't think, they never asked me where my mum was because I think that was the whole point of Butlins was the kids did what they want because it was all like secure. Once the kids were running about in the place, there was, no strangers in. There was only people who were staying at the camp and us that had crawled under the wire. But they never asked you. There was no armbands like they have now and checking what chalet you were in or whatever. Nobody even asked me where my mum was, because I think they used to just be used to stray kids knocking about, you know. We never pushed it and went into the, you know, canteen or anything. We only ever went like on the roller skating rink and a couple of rides. We never went anywhere where they might have checked us, like, you know, say turn up for a meal or something, because then you probably would have had to say what chalet you were staying in. I think everybody had their places at a table, you know. You can't just slide in there. It didn't used to be self-service in the old days. You sat at a table and they used to plonk the dinner in front of you. You didn't get a choice, I don't think, back in the day. It was very much like a worker's canteen. Chips with everything, you know. Very basic dinners and stuff. But that's what it was, wasn't it? Well, back then, you know, you were grateful for what they plonked in front of you. It was kind of just after rationing and stuff. So if somebody had cooked your meal and slapped it in front of you, if it was egg and chips, you'd think it was wonderful, you know. People weren't as fussy then, you know, they just ate what they got given. Nowadays, they'd want to choose from the menu, wouldn't they, and that. You know, if it was fish and chips, it was like, whoa, it's fish and chips, you know. You thought it was flipping wonderful. Everybody's got too faddy these days. Oh, you couldn't be picky. No, there was no picky eating. If you didn't like it, you didn't eat it, and that was the end of it. They didn't give you an alternative. It's not like, oh, darling, what would you like? Would you like some money? Shall we go to McDonald's? No, nothing like that. It was like, oh, you don't like liver? Oh, too bad. It was on everybody else's plate. You can just eat the mash then, yeah. Oh, no, my mum didn't make me sit for hours till I ate it. If I didn't want it, it just got shoved on somebody else's plate. But you got nothing else. If you said you were hungry at supper time, it was too bad. You went to bed with nothing. I did. No, you didn't get a choice. It's not like, oh, would you like a toast? No, my mum never made me sit and eat it. No. It was like, you don't want it? All right. You got back from IKEA or they let you out, did they? What kind of junk did you buy, Enid? We're just talking about the crap furniture before. Chipboard. Oh, God, no. Well, there weren't McDonald's in my day and age. There was a Wimpy started up when I was about 17 or 18. It was a Wimpy bar. But there were no McDonald's. Never heard of a McDonald's back then. The only cafes that were around were like Greasy Spoons, you know. Transport cafes. There were no fast food stuff. There were no KFCs and McDonald's and that when I was a kid. Oh no, my mum and dad, I'll say that for my mum and dad, they never made me sit and eat it if I didn't want it. But they didn't give me anything else, if you know what I mean. You went hungry until breakfast. You know, there was, oh no, darling, do you want a biscuit? None of that, no. No, we never really had a dessert. We'd sometimes have like rice pudding or sometimes like rhubarb and custard, but dessert wasn't regular thing. You know, we never had cakes and biscuits and things. Maybe on a Sunday, and then you'd have the dreaded, you know, fruit cocktail with the evaporated milk on it. That was Sunday's treat. Very, very occasionally we had ice cream. But I had to get out my bike and pedal up to the shop that was open, wrap it up in newspaper and pedal back like the wind so it didn't melt, yeah. But that was very occasionally. We didn't have a fridge or anything like that back in the day. Never mind about a freezer, we didn't even have a fridge. Sometimes my mum would make an apple pie as she was baking. You know, if we'd had a meat and potato pie for our dinner, we'd have an apple pie that she'd make while she had the pastry and she had the oven on, you know. It was all about economy, wasn't it? You know, they never put the oven on unless they were cooking something else. You know, if the oven was on, she'd cook about 3 different things while the oven was on. Didn't believe in wasting the heat. I've been watching a few programs like for like frugal eating. You know, where people are making meals out of for scratch, like an out of nothing. And I've been watching them thinking, good ideas then. Like tuna patties and things like that. I don't like McDonald's or KFC. You know, if you said you were taking me there, I wouldn't be thrilled. It's not something I crave. Yeah, we always got sent out with a paper bag. We were going for a walk, you got a paper bag put in your pocket, just in case you saw any berries on your way home. If I said I was going to Tandlehills, that was like a big woods place. On the way to Tandlehills, it was like a little path. And there was always blackberries either side. So I always had to come back with a bag full of blackberries. Purple fingers. And if you got stains down your dress, you got in trouble because it wouldn't come out. Because there weren't plastic bags back in the day. It was all paper bags. It was nice when we lived in Wales with my auntie because she had a little orchard. She kept hens and she had an orchard with wire netting all over the top to stop the birds. And she grew raspberries, gooseberries, blackcurrants. Oh gosh, it was lovely there. We used to have loads and loads of pies and things, yeah. Oh, I don't like McDonald's. I don't know why I think the kids find the kids' meals attractive because they like the toys, don't they? Our Ian used to be the same. Can we have McDonald's? He didn't want the McDonald's. He didn't even like it. All he wanted was a ready meal for the toy. Then he'd eat a few of the chips and then he'd leave them. Leave the blinking dinner. I used to think, God, I'd be better off just taking him for a toy. That's all he ever wanted, a plastic toy. Now, I can't understand why people take their kids for birthday parties to McDonald's. In fact, I think that was the last time I went to McDonald's. Was I took me, in fact, my son's friend is now 30, but I think I took him. Oh, they're not plastic anymore now. I think I took my son's friend. She couldn't take him for some reason or another, and I took my son's friend. And like I say, it's a long time ago because he's 30 now. But he wanted to go. He got invited to this kid's party. I don't know whether she was poorly or something. I don't know why she couldn't take him. But I finished up taking this kid. And I remember thinking it was, this birthday cake, it was bloody awful. But they made a big fuss singing, you know, happy birthday, and bringing this cake in and that. And he didn't eat it, I don't think so. He just wanted to go because it was somebody's birthday party. I think it probably cost us more for the blunking gift for the kid than what it cost them to do McDonald's. Ugh. McDonald's in Fleetwood closed down. And the KFC's closed down. We've got a, what do you call it, Subway. But there's no KFC and there's no McDonald's. There was when I first got here, but it's closed down. The only thing I like at McDonald's is the McFlurries, and half of the time the machine were broken. So when you went in, you couldn't have one. Because you went in and they say, oh, it's broken. That was the only thing I used to like, the McFlurries. I ordered a Subway to be delivered when they were away once. Oh, it was awful. We used to get Subway when I was in Manchester and it was nice. I think it depends on the Subway, doesn't it? No, I don't order. We had Chinese, was it yesterday? I tell you, and I ordered vegetables because I didn't want the meat. And it was water chestnuts and bean sprouts and one piece of broccoli, I think, and one piece of carrot. Self-service bag? Yeah, no, they don't have self-service beverage. Yeah, the Subway we used to. Well, I used to go down to Kelly's. We used to order Subway sometimes, you know, for our lunch, and it used to be lovely. But now, the one I ordered here, horrible it was. I'm waiting for the dogs to go bonkers as soon as that door opens. Oh no, there were no. You didn't get free anything. Not water from a tap or nothing over here. You'd have to pay to buy a Coca-Cola or something, or you'd pay to buy a bottle of water. They give you nothing for free here, I tell you. Not for free. It's like when my cousin came from Canada. We went out for a meal and he kept asking for coffee and fill. I don't think he realised that we paid for every single coffee that he got filled up with. Because over in Canada, I believe you pay for the one coffee and then they keep filling it up. He didn't understand. He just kept asking for more and more and more coffee. And my dad's like, oh, because every time he ordered another coffee, my dad had to pay. I don't think he'd any idea. Oh, it's sad when you lose a dog, I know, or a cat, or any animal for that matter. No, the only fast food I'll have is, I do, and I don't like it. I prefer we don't have the Chinese. I prefer something different. Half of the time I say I don't want it. I've got an itchy back, excuse me. He lived in, I don't know where it is, Vancouver. He lived in Ontario. Yeah, he just kept saying, more coffee, more coffee. You don't even get free air for your tyres anymore now in England. You used to get, when you went to get petrol and that, you got the air pump was free, to pump your tyres up with. Not anymore. You have to put money in to get air to pump your tyres up. Yeah, my friend's got a cat that's not eating at the moment. She lost her dog earlier this year. Well, not earlier this year, earlier last year. And now she's got a cat that's rapidly declining. It's not eating. I don't know how old a cat is, but yeah, well, we never used to in the UK. When I had a car years ago, you used to get your air for free. It used to be like an air machine. Yeah, my cat was about that age, I think 12 or 14. Something around that age group. I can't remember the exact age. It's difficult to tell with a cat when you don't have them from scratch, if you know what I mean. When you inherit a cat. Next door's cat had a Persian cat, Bimbo, she was called. He was called. And he lived to 22. When he died, he was 22, Bimbo. And she knew that was accurate because she'd had him from a kitten. Yeah, the cats I've had have all been. All right, see you later, Val. I hope you get some sleep. I can't sleep lately. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not sleeping till about 6 in the morning, and then I'm not getting up till 2 in the afternoon. So if you ring me, don't ring me before dinner. Otherwise, you won't get any sense, Val. You've got a menagerie, Nathan. You've got cats, tortoises, dogs. Or dogs, sorry, you've only got one now, haven't you? Nathan's starting his own zoo, I think. Tell you he's not been on for a bit. My time clock is definitely out of kilter, yeah. Isaac's not been on lately, has he? I was talking about a menagerie. I was thinking of Isaac and his snake. But with no Trev either. I never got a message back, Nathan. Yeah, when people say, oh, it's just a cat or it's only a dog, and I'm like, no, it's part of the family. When you've had them all that time, it's like losing a family member. I don't know what Trev's up to. I just wish even if he just sent me a message saying he was okay. But I sent him happy Chris. I sent him one message before. I sent him happy Christmas. I updated him with my news. No, nothing. And then I wished him happy New Year. Nothing. So I'm hoping he's all right. It's just not like him to just not answer, even if it's only like a one-line answer. Each time I've said, "Are you okay, Trev?" Oh, it is like people just don't understand when they say, "Oh, it's just a cat, it's just a dog." I mean, I know what you'll be like, Jane, when it's time for Christine to go. I was the same with Buster. I was the same with Gigi, and I was the same when we lost our puppy. You know, it's when you've had them around for so long, it's just you treat them like mini children, don't you? Well, I do anyway. Well, you were like that when you lost. She called Fufu, whatever she was called. Fenty, that was it, wasn't it, Nathan? Yeah, Fenty. I mean, ours are only young, but I mean, there's not saying that they won't get something ghastly. You know, you don't know. Even when they're young, they can get tumours and cancer and all. So, what a lovely subject we're on, aren't we? Oh, Gigi, he was lovely. I was just so glad that I didn't see Gigi. They phoned me up. They were bereft his parents, you know, because they had no children. He was like their baby. Hey, aren't we on an awful subject for blinking New Year? Well, at least I've done my throw, my satin throw. I'll take a picture of it and I'll show you all. I'll put it on our page. It never comes out the right colour on a picture though. It always comes out more maroon. It's actually more like an aubergine, yeah. I always feel sad when I see these little things on Facebook, you know, saying this dog's 10 or 12 or something, and its owner's just died, you know, and you're thinking, oh, poor little thing. It's got less chance of being adopted, hasn't it, at that age? And it's probably wondering what on earth's happened to its owner because they don't understand, do they, you know? I don't know who's going to have this when I've done it. It's not very thrilling colours, is it? But I'm just using oddments up, so I'm not choosing colours, you know. If you choose colours, you choose something a bit more inspiring, don't you, when you're choosing your colours? But when you're just using your odds up, you don't always have nice colours in your oddments. I'm using cotton here, or cotton mixes. So I don't know whether I'll have enough cotton to finish it. I have enough of this beigey colour and I have enough of the purple, I think. It might have to be beige and purple at the very end. Still, somebody might wear it, might keep them warm. The knit club I go to at church, they've got a lot of old dears that go to church, so I'm sure they'll find a home. I was going to make another one of those like triangular shawls as well, with the oddments I've got of acrylic. I'm sure they'll find homes for them because a lot of the congregation's quite elderly. Oh, they've got one. One bloke apparently who goes there who insists on like singing, and he's not in the beat or in the tune, and he sings his own words. And then when the minister's doing the sermon, apparently he's talking like with the minister, like repeating what he's saying, but like a beat behind him. And they're all like, oh, I wish he wouldn't keep coming. He's even rattling the minister now, you know. We had a lady, when I used to go singing, we had a lady like that, bless her. I mean, she was a bit special needs. And she used to clap and sing always on the wrong beats. And she'd clap and she'd dance. And she was having a whale of a time, but we weren't. She was always like half a beat behind with the clapping. And she never missed a week. She used to really enjoy it, you know. You tell she did. Then we used to have another lady used to bring like a crow puppet. And she'd sit on the front row with this crow puppet. Oh, Rosie's barking. Are they on their way home? I don't think they'll have come in a taxi. They'll probably have come on the tram and walked it from the tram stop. Cost a bomb in a taxi from the way home. The tram stop's not far if you've got legs, you know. It's a long way for me. But not if you've got feet and legs, which I don't really have. And the pavements here, oh, you know, on a little scooter without any suspension. It's a nightmare going to the tram stop on my little scooter. There's no dips in the pavement here. We've got a nursing home around the corner from here, and the staff are mostly little Filipinos. And they take the residents up in wheelchairs up onto the seafront. And it's like a, you know, like you go up to the seafront here. And they have to push these residents like up this hill. And they're only tiny, these little Filipino nurses. Well, care staff, I should say. Oh, they do half struggle with these, pushing these old dears up these hills. And I mean, God bless them, they look as though they wouldn't even know they've gone, you know, they're all. And I used to think, what's the point? Some of them look as though they're asleep, and the rest of them look like they're comatose. They must have to take them up for some fresh air. And I mean, coming back, I mean, you know, they set off with them. They let go of them, poor little thing, yeah. Oh, these are tiny little Filipinos, Enid, pushing these big wheelchairs, you know, with dead weight old dears in them, you know. They're not tiny little old dears, they're dead weights. I mean, bless them, they don't look as though they'd even noticed they've gone to the seafront, you know. I'm not being rude, but they don't look very with it. They're all wrapped up in blankets with hats on, you know. And you think, oh, bless. I said to one little Filipino, you need electric wheelchairs, don't you, for these? And she went, yeah, they're hard work. So it's quite an incline. I mean, I'm all right because I'm in my big scooter when I go up there. I wouldn't like to have to walk it, though, because you have to walk quite a distance to get to the incline that takes you up to the seafront. As I say, if you're able-bodied, it's probably all right, but I couldn't walk that far. Especially today, my back is killing me today. I haven't done much, really. I was just trying to, I was nearly towing my friend. Her battery was running down when we went to the cafe on Thursday. She was like, I've only got one bar left on me. I said, I'll run behind you. And if you break down, I'll push you from behind. Anyway, she just about managed to get home with her scooter. I said, you need new batteries. She thought it was a charger. but she's bought a new charger. But having said that, mine had lost power, and it never loses power. Mine's always got the full bars. Rosie's barking. I don't know whether you can hear her or not. Off she goes. Bark, 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 bark. I thought maybe she'd heard them. I've opened the front door for them. It's grown. I've done that today, so I've done quite a lot today, haven't I? But Granny Stitch grows. It's one of them mindless things that you can just trundle along with. I'll do some purple next. Is your mummy here? Mummy's coming in a minute. You'll hear a commotion when they open the front door, because the dogs have come down now. They shouldn't be long now. We should have got. It's ages since he said he was on his way home. So it's a wonder the dogs haven't. They aren't back yet. They'll probably come back just as I'm going off, won't they? Just as I'm going to say goodbye to you all, then they'll probably come back. I've still got to make sure, try and get my camera to charge up. The other one charges up, but I don't know how to use it. I should try and read the manual. I don't know where the manual is, though. They've gone to the back door because that's the way they usually come in. But the back gate's bolted because it keeps blowing open. So they'll have to come in the front door. No, Mummy has to come in the front way. Yeah, she'll have to come in the front door, won't she? Hey, little girl. She'll be home in a minute. They won't be long now. They're on their way home. Okay? Yeah? Rosie's looking at me like she understands me. You're a good girl, Rosie. Trixie tried to get on the settee, then she nearly missed. Your legs are not big enough, are they, darling? You've only got little legs. Yeah, your mummy will be home in a minute. I wish you could see her stare. Yeah, they'll be home in a minute. They're on their way. Yeah, I'm going to go in a minute. And Jane comes back. I'll be gone. Actually, we've not had Lydia on, have we, for a week or two? She usually comes on, doesn't she, just as I'm going? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I shall be going very soon. I've done quite a bit, haven't I? When you think how wide it is, I'm sure it'll keep some old dear warm. Not me, I know I'm an old dear, but I've got my own. I'm just making them just to use up the yarn. I'm sure somebody will love it. Yeah, it's approaching my Cinderella time. I'm going to be going before they come in, and it's going to go bonkers when they're coming through the door. Because the dogs will start barking and everything will be happening. And you can all go and watch that lady make her bags. If you want to know how to sew a bag. What was she called? I've forgotten her name again. Oh, it's gone. She's gone. She's gone. I've forgotten who she was now. But she's sewing a makeup bag. No, whoever she was, because I didn't. It's gone. Right, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you, Chris, as usual. And I shall speak to you all very, very soon. And I'm going to go before Bedlam erupts when they open that front door. So good night, everybody, and I will see you all very soon. Bye now.